Donald Trump and Pete Hegseth are having a full-blown meltdown over leaked intel about their failed Iran strikes, and now they're raging at the media for not showering them with praise. After launching a major strike on Iran's nuclear sites, Donald Trump expected glowing headlines, congratulatory NATO handshakes, and maybe even a shiny new Nobel Peace Prize. Seriously, he and his MAGA base think that he deserves a Nobel Peace Prize. It's because Obama has one, and we all know Trump treats Obama like the final boss in a video game that he can't beat. But what Trump got instead was the truth. According to leaked Pentagon intel reported by CNN and the New York Times, the strikes only partially damaged their targets and may have even delayed Iran's nuclear program by just a few months. At most. Awkward! So now Trump is desperately trying to spin it, claiming the facilities were obliterated.
And the site is obliterated, and we think everything nuclear is down there. They didn't take it out.
Sure, Jan.
But it wouldn't be Trump if it wasn't a lie. And when the narrative started falling apart, Trump did what he always does, lash out like a petulant child. On Truth Social, he wrote, "Fake news, CNN is so disgusting and incompetent, some of the dumbest anchors in the business." And then he wrote, "Rumor is that the failing New York Times and fake news CNN will be firing the reporters who made up the fake stories on the Iran nuclear sites because they got it so wrong. Let's see what happens." Let's see what happens? What is this, a preview for next week's episode on the CW? No one is firing anyone, but apparently Trump is threatening to sue both the New York Times and CNN because they accurately reported on Trump's failed attack.
Good luck with that.
I have never seen anyone whine more than Donald Trump, despite MAGA claiming that he's some tough alpha male. But nevertheless, he continued his tantrum on his Twitter knockoff, Truth Social, telling people to watch his news conference, that the fake news was involved in a witch hunt, claiming that aerial photos were of concrete workers, not anyone taking uranium out of the target sites, and then screaming in all caps, "Fake news reporters from CNN and the New York Times should be fired immediately. Bad people with evil intentions." This moron has access to the nuclear football, but types like someone leaving a Yelp review after a bad Arby's experience.
Arby's, we have the meats.
And when shouting into his phone wasn't enough, he deployed his human echo chamber Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth to scold the press for reporting the government's own findings. A guy best known for nearly killing a drummer with an axe live on air. And also for not believing in germs and bragging that he hasn't washed his hands in a decade.
I don't think I've washed my hands for 10 years. Really, I don't really wash my hands ever.
Help me!
No, I inoculate myself. It's just not, germs are not a real thing. I can't see them, therefore they're not real.
So you're...
Yikes.
Just the guy we want to lead a coordinated military campaign. So at a Pentagon press conference, Hegseth went off, not on Iran, but on the media.
Because you, and I mean specifically you, the press, specifically you, the press corps, because you cheer against Trump so hard. It's like in your DNA and in your blood to cheer against Trump. Because you want him not to be successful so bad, you have to cheer against the efficacy of these strikes. You have to hope maybe they weren't effective.
Just want to remind everyone that these strikes were not in fact effective.
Maybe the way the Trump administration has represented him isn't true. So let's take half-truths, spun information, leaked information, and then spin it. Spin it in every way we can to try to cause doubt and manipulate the public mind over whether or not our brave pilots were successful. How many stories have been written about how hard it is to, I don't know, fly a plane for 36 hours? Has MSNBC done that story? Has Fox? Have we done the story how hard that is?
We bombed nuclear facilities, and the headline that he wanted was, "U.S. airmen conquer leg cramps after flying 36 hours. And when Fox News' Jennifer Griffin, a literal national security reporter, asked if the Pentagon was confident that Iran didn't move any enriched uranium before the strikes, Hegseth snapped.
Do you have certainty that all the highly enriched uranium was inside the Fordo Mountain, or some of it, because there were satellite photos that showed more than a dozen trucks there 2 days in advance? Are you certain none of that highly enriched uranium was moved?
Of course, we're watching every single aspect, but Jennifer, you've been about the worst, the one who misrepresents the most intentionally what the president says. I'm familiar.
Report about the ventilation shafts on Saturday night. And in fact, I was the first to describe the B-2 bombers, the refueling, the entire mission with great accuracy.
She was quoting the Pentagon's own intel, but in Trump's military, loyalty beats honesty, even when the question is, did the mission work? I didn't realize how much sitting all day was dragging me down, both physically and mentally. I'd end my day feeling stiff and foggy and completely worn out. That's why I started using this episode's sponsor, Uplift Desk. It completely changed my routine and my well-being. It didn't just improve my posture, I'm also moving more, thinking clearer, and actually enjoying being at my desk. Great work starts with a great workspace. That's why Uplift Desk helps build premium ergonomic furniture designed to keep you moving, feeling good, and doing your best work. Uplift Desk helps you move more and sit less, which does wonders for your posture, circulation, and overall mood. I'm way more productive when I can easily switch between sitting and standing. It keeps me alert, energized, and creative. And I love the endless customization options with Uplift Desk. With over 200,000 configurations available, you can design your workspace to perfectly match your style and needs. I use my custom Uplift Desk every day when I'm researching stories and writing commentary for new episodes. And I love the bamboo motion export. It gets me on my feet and helps boost my energy while improving circulation. Your workday doesn't have to leave you feeling worn out. Go to upliftdesk.com/Gabe and use code Gabe to get 4 free accessories, free same-day shipping, free returns, and an industry-leading 15-year warranty that covers your entire desk, plus an extra discount off your entire order. Go to upliftdesk.com/Gabe and use code Gabe to get 4 free accessories, free same-day shipping, free returns, and an industry-leading 15-year warranty that covers your entire desk, plus an extra discount off your entire order. That's upliftdesk.com/Gabe for this exclusive offer. It's only available through our link. Here's the kicker. One of the leaked reports included satellite images of trucks leaving the nuclear sites before the strike. It's because Trump telegraphed it through his social media posts. And when military analysts believe that Iran moved sensitive materials, Trump's explanation was, those were concrete trucks. Yeah, concrete trucks on standby just casually pouring sidewalks at a uranium facility hours before Americans bomb it.
Right.
But the propaganda didn't stop there.
How about we talk about how special America is, that only we have these capabilities? I think it's too much to ask, unfortunately, for the fake news. So we're used to that. But we also have an opportunity to stand at the podium and read the truth of what's really happening. And the reality is, you want to call it destroyed, you want to call it defeated, you want to call it obliterated, choose your word. This was an historically successful attack, and we should celebrate it as Americans. And it gives us a chance to have peace, chance to have a deal, and an opportunity to prevent a nuclear Iran, which is something President Trump talked about for 20 years, and no other presidents had the courage to actually do.
Also, is it just me, or does this feel like Hegseth is trying to do his best Sean Spicer impression?
This was the largest audience to ever witness an inauguration, period, both in person and around the globe.
You can always count on Trump to fail at something and then get one of his lackeys to hype it up. So when the truth got out about their little strike, they didn't address the intel, they declared a full-out war on the people who leaked it. A senior White House official told Axios, "We are declaring a war on leakers." And Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt doubled down.
They took bits and pieces from a leaked top-secret intelligence report, and by the way, I understand the FBI is investigating who was the source of that leak because it's an illegal leak to CNN.
Not wrong, not inaccurate, just illegal, because in Trump's world, the problem isn't what happened, the problem is that you found out about it. At the same press briefing, General Dan Kane, chair of the Joint Chiefs, was asked directly, would you use the term obliterated as well?
That was just over 3 days ago, so what has changed? Would you use the term obliterated as well?
Sure, like I said, we don't do BDA. I'll refer that to the intelligence community. And
you're talking with them. I mean, what changed in the past 3 days that make you so, you know?
Sir, I think I said...
I think I explained what changed. There was a great deal of irresponsible reporting.
He began to answer before Hegseth cut him off to launch into another rant about irresponsible media coverage. Because the second that someone in uniform tries to speak honestly, the guy who doesn't wash his hands jumps in to clean it up. This whole mess went down because Trump needed a win. He wanted to show strength. He wanted to distract from his legal and political problems and paint himself as the world's only real peacekeeper. And by the way, when Iran and Israel wouldn't come together for a ceasefire, This is how he freaked out.
We basically have two countries that have been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the they're doing. Do you understand that?
So when the facts of this situation didn't play along, Trump did what he always does. He attacked the media, silenced his own advisors, and blamed everyone but himself. Because in this administration, it's never mission accomplished until the facts are buried, the press is punished, and the ego is fed. What Was That exists because of viewers like you. With billionaires controlling the media and misinformation everywhere, supporting real reporting matters now more than ever. Become a paid subscriber today at whatwasthat.show for more episodes, articles, and breakdowns. I'm fully independent, so your support helps run this one-person production. Prefer to listen while you're on the go? What Was That is available on all major podcast platforms. Apple, Spotify, you name it. Until next time, I'm Gabe Sanchez, and this has been What Was That?